Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Ice, and today we are revisiting DM East post Mage Nerf. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to all the new subscribers, the likes, the in-game messages I've received from the last video. I really appreciate the support, and it's very encouraging. Now, I've optimized this run to farm enchanting mats. Post Nerf, we're farming on average 300 gold per hour with the breakdown you see on this spreadsheet. Since the dungeon nerfs, all 50 to 60 enchanting mats have gone through the roof. Greater Eternal Essences are selling as high as 15 gold per. Even at 10 gold, it's insane money. So with good RNG, I can see this getting upwards of 500 gold per hour. I expect these prices to continue to rise. Now, unlike my pre-nerf video, we're avoiding all the tree patrols. Well, mostly. In the first room, we're pulling all the Lasher packs and 2 tree packs. Then we clear all the Satyrs in Hydra Spawn's room before heading upstairs and killing another entire floor of Satyrs. Essentially, we've substituted the boss killing and the extra tree patrols in the first room with better percent drop rates off the Satyrs. This actually works way better than the pre-nerf video since prices are inflated and we're farming better percent drop rates of greens and blues off of the Satyrs. We're still checking urban book spawns if they're on the way, but the big money is in the green, blue drops, and Librams. Of course, this means you need enchanting. Now let's start with another disclaimer. Gear does matter a bit with these pulls, but if you're over 8k HP, 10k mana, 800 plus spell power, you'll do these pulls just fine. Now for talents, you absolutely have to run the pretty standard Elemental, Improved Blizzard, Permafrost 3 out of 3, Arctic Reach 2 out of 2, Frost Channeling 3 out of 3 to pull as I do in this video. I've still not found a way around running without the Elemental, even post nerf. 2 Novas within the 30-second window is just BIS. This means we're running a 19-0-42 build with these mandatory skill points. Alright, we are doing it live. Again, I'm really enjoying this playback. It's helping my gameplay a lot. I feel like I'm leveling up in terms of on-the-fly gameplay while questing, dungeon spamming, all of the above. My awareness of my spells has increased, and so hopefully this helps you guys. We're doing another walkthrough where I play the clip and I describe what's going on. This is the post-nerf Mage run of DM East, and we're going to fly through it. The timings of this run matter a lot. You'll see I really don't stop much for anything. Obviously Dreamfoil though. On this pull, normally I was running out into the road. We're not doing that anymore. I'm going to stand by this pillar, wait for them to clear that Lasher. I don't aggro that pack until I pass the pillar. Pull them with Arcane Explosion, pull them with Arcane Explosion. Blink past that pack because I don't want to proc Ice Armor. Now, this is the goods, boys. The game's working as intended, okay? They wanted to make reset spots, teleport all the mobs. Well, guess what? Now we're gonna use it. There is a spot, so if you're unfamiliar, there was a reset spot on top of this. You could jump up here and reset mobs. Now, this ledge right here, what I do is I walk back and forth into it until the mobs all group up on me. Because behind myself, if I don't do this, it'll pull the tree patrol, which I don't want to do. So we're gonna just Ice Armor again. Excuse me, Ice Shield. Boom, we got him. And it'll glitch you around a little bit, but that's okay. We now have the mobs. We're gonna just pop our trinkets, get them down as quickly as possible. It is possible to die to these Lashers, so be aware of that. Definitely Nova. Don't get ahead of yourself. Pop a Nova. Big ghost mushroom loots. I'm really enjoying coming back to this farm and learning new ways to pull this dungeon. There's been so many iterations of it, with from 60 to 70 and now being nerfed, where I've been constantly doing random things in here, trying to figure out how to get this pull under 14 minutes so that it makes sense. And with Wrath coming out, enchanting mats going up, leveling is buffed, people are buying greens again. There's lots of good leveling blues in here that sell. I sold a Viking Warhammer that dropped for 150 gold. It was a nice blue drop. It's really been good. So in this pull, I don't know if I need to explain this, but you can blink through this tree. If you've never seen a video of this, you can blink through the tree. So what I do is I blink through this tree. Great, I'm on the other side. Ice Lance. Now there is a fell Satyr that walks here, but you'll never get him at this timing. Absolutely never. So timings matter a lot in this run. Great, blink through. I think I actually have to end up killing this tree pack. Yeah, one of the Lasher balls, instead of spawning anything or a poison cloud, actually rooted me. So immediately popping all my cooldowns as quickly as possible. It's very, very easy to die in a post-nerf dungeon farming. So anytime you get mobs, pop your cooldowns. Do not be afraid to pop your cooldowns. Pop them all. Pop them very quickly. So I Nova'd, Icy Veins, Trinketed, blinked out, started blizzarding. Because the window to slow root mobs is very small, especially when you're pulling multiple groups together. First green of the run. So one thing I've also noticed, I've done about 6 or 7 hours of this farm with this pull style, is you're guaranteed 3 to 4 greens per run. Now, what that means is it could be a Libram, it could be a green armor item, it can be a Mithril lockbox, or it can be a, I can't recall the last one, but there's one other. Basically, you can get screwed. So you either want the lockbox or ideally a two-handed weapon or a Libram. Those are the best drops, because two-handed weapons are almost always going to give you either a large shard or multiple greater essences, or it just straight up vendors for almost 10 gold. Now, if you've never done this run, I did this for anybody that's never done the run. It is the only reset spot that works in this dungeon post-nerf. What you have to do is you walk right up to this. See how there's 2 cracks that converge here? You're gonna jump as soon as you hit those, boop, and then it's a double jump. So you just kind of hop up, and you don't jump forward, you jump and then move forward, if that makes sense. Check the tome. Absolutely dog water. Delete those items. The other thing is too, with runs taking 14 to 15 minutes, you can just delete items. I delete items out of my bags constantly. I'd prefer to just stay in the farm as long as possible, filling up my bags with relevant good items that are going to make me the most gold per hour, regardless of trying to do it for the looks or feel good. We're here to min-max. We're here to make gold, boys. So delete the crap items. The Mage Royal, the Life Root, these things you just drop maybe 2 of per run. It's trash. Delete it. We want greens. We want Librams. We want Dreamfoil, Grom's Blood, Ghost Mushrooms, all of these good items. So you can see the Pat just walked by. Just drinking up. Again, doing everything as quickly as possible, because you'll see why in a bit. Realizing I can't pull that guy. Try and run him through. I actually pulled him. I didn't need the blizzard there. So previously, if you remember, I was killing Hydro Spawn, if you saw my other video, pre-nerf, and I was pulling the entire room, and I was grouping them and running them outside into the main room. Now we're separating each pull into either 2 or 3 Satyr packs at a time. In this case, I have some cooldowns, so we're gonna do those 2 invis pats plus these 2 packs. Again, popping all my cooldowns. Trinket, Icy Veins. Now you see me utilize the Double Nova. Maximizing that 30-second window of slow. You can see now they're running loose. The boys are out. So you really want to get the damage out with, get them at least half before they start hitting you, because you will die. There's not really much versatility in the way you can kill these guys anymore. When you're pulling multiple packs, it really, really matters what buttons you press and how many melee hits you take. So just very quickly, if there are not 2 invis mobs on this previous pull, I would normally not use all my cooldowns for the 2 Satyr pack. You actually don't need CDs to pull these 2. And I would just pull this pack towards the door and run them over the mobs. So what I mean by that is, I'll just show you again. I would pull these mobs, so just Ice Lance, run them all the way back here. Just keep running. Once they cross this threshold of this mob, the frontmost mob, just Arcane Explosion, immediately Nova, blink away, Trinket Icy Veins at least. You don't need to use your Elemental, and you can kill them. You all honestly don't need Icy Veins, but I feel like I'm just always pressing my buttons off cooldown, and then I play my next pull off the hand I was dealt on the last one, if that makes sense. So you're really just flip-flopping and using your cooldowns as effectively as you can. Just go forward here. Okay, so on this pull, we're still going to pull 3 packs. So despite not having... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't. So I turn this into a 2 pull. So like I said, playing it based off of the last pull I had to make. As you can see, I just pull them directly on to the other pack. Nova, start blizzarding. Maximize the 30-second window. Because you can no longer Cone of Cold kite them. The other thing to note here is, if you notice, I'm always, when I'm running, I'm either running directly at the mob so I can blink through them to the other side, or vice versa. I'm always facing a safe direction to blink because they can paralyze you. So if that happens, for example, and I apologize, I'm pausing so much, you guys probably hate this. See how I'm facing directly towards these mobs? And then again, and I almost got caught, to be honest, facing this lash, and I didn't have ice block up, so I would have been paralyzed for 6 seconds. I would have just died here, or I would have had to blink into the fell lash and probably honestly died. So you want to be facing a safe direction so that you can blink out of that if you don't have ice block. Otherwise you have to ice block it. So be aware of that. Just fast forward a bit. Just loot, loot, loot. Lots of grays. I'm gonna have to figure out the control for +5 seconds. So drinking again. Now, here's why I said time matters a lot. If I hadn't looted all those herbalisms out in the main room, I'd be at sub 8 minutes here. And at sub 8 minutes, this invis pat actually reaches this point. So just a little min-max thing. You want to get to this pull here with these mobs under 8 minutes. because you can then pull another guy in, which is huge. And you see I have my cooldowns coming off. It just is the min-max pull. And just a little more min-maxing. I like to organize my stuff when I'm drinking. Looks like I actually want to try something. Yep, because I have Icy Veins coming off cooldown. Gonna step into the pool here, drag him by this Fell Lash. Don't pull the Fell Lash. Pop all the CDs. Use the elemental again. You can see just how valuable this is, because without the elemental, I'd be using Cold Snap off cooldown, and that's a almost 7-minute cooldown. You just wouldn't have it up frequently enough to make this viable. See, I'm checking him. I believe the total pat time for him up and down is about 2 minutes. So he arrives at the bottom of the platform around 7:50, and that means he gets to the top. Yeah, so no, he's actually he's walking back up at 7:50, and yeah, that makes sense. Around 7:50. And you can see I just ran by him, because if he's a one pull, I don't kill this guy. It's too much of a waste of time. He offers no buffs, and one pulling is not worth anymore. Same reason I'm not killing the bosses. If I was an enchanter, I would probably be doing, and maybe I could just put out a video for this to showcase something, but I would just be boss killing. I would be running every single dungeon in Dire Maul, killing all the bosses, disenchanting the items. I think that could be extremely viable potentially. Ghost mushrooms, about 2 gold per right now. I think they may go up once pre-patch drops. I don't know if Inscription comes out with pre-patch, but whenever that comes out, I plan to make a killing on all of the herbs I've stashed. Now these Fellsworns around the room, I stack their buffs. You can see I'm up to 2 now. They give you 1 to 75 magic damage. I don't know if it's always 75 or not. I really haven't tested or checked, but it's flat spell damage. I know that much. And it's a lot of damage. Like a dummy, I didn't take that one. I just realized. So I will go around gathering all of those buffs before I start killing any of the 3-packs, because these guys hurt a lot. They really do a lot of damage. And the Betrayer is ranged, so he's going to be constantly attacking you. So you can't really abuse the 30-second window like downstairs. As you can see, just clobbering me. They get enraged under 30%. But same strategy. Oh, nice, I dropped a Libram there. Librams of Rapidity, still selling really well. I'm selling them for 85 to 95 gold a day. Focus, I've sold a couple at 175 to 200 gold. I'm not sure why people are paying so much for those. It's pretty insane. So we're just clearing this entire room. Now this is another double pull. So normally I'd have 3 or 4 of these buffs. You really want to get as much damage as you can possibly. I will advise you that you want to have a mana gem up as well, and potentially even mana shield before this pull, because it is an absurd amount of damage. It took me a while to get this down. You ice shield before, sometimes even mana gem, mana shield. Immediately Nova, pop all the CDs and get to work. Luckily a miss on that arrow. It's really, really RNG with this pull. Another miss. I mean, multiple misses. Without those misses, I'd be close to... Normally, I'm about 1,000 HP left after this pull. It's really, really sketchy, but worth it. As you can see, I'm dropping formulas. And that was the last type of green you can drop, would be enchanting patterns or something like that. So ideally, again, you want either the lockbox, two-handed weapon, or a Libram of some sort. Or of course, I guess a blue weapon would be great. That looks to be the last pull. So on average, depending on herb spawns and if you check all your books, it's about 14 minutes to 15 minutes. I average definitely about 14 minutes, 20 seconds, I would say. It's pretty average. I always pull these mobs with Blizzard. Again, you're maximizing the time in between they're going to hit you and how much damage you can do before they hit you. We have a 30-second window these days. You just really need to use every second you have because these guys are brutal. But the farm is really, it's been a lot of fun. It's making really good gold. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a comment, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe, share the channel. If you're on my server, please reach out. I love to hear good things or bad things, or if you have any tips, tricks, maybe you figured out a new way, or there's some other theory you may have, I'd love to test it out. Until next time.